Hi there, I'm Tom. I'm the product manager at Uprate, and today I'm going to be demoing a new feature that we've just released, which is the ability to identify and handle conflicts when you're creating a new assignment. So if you're in the Uprate system and you're booking a new job onto the scheduler, either for an asset or a labor resource, um, previously, what would happen if they were booked onto a job already on those dates was that we would just overwrite it for you. And this has been pointed out a couple of times as something that is not ideal because it can mean that you can accidentally book over existing jobs. So we've made an update. This is now released into the live product, so you should have this available to you. If I find a person who's already booked onto a job, so if I go to John Doe, I can see that on Tuesday the 21st, he's already booked onto the Forge Business Centre. If I go to the Monday before that, where he's not working, and I right click on it, Monday the 20th, and I say create assignment, the create assignment form is going to come into view. If I choose a different contract, if I choose Beaconfield Ltd, CPA Bridgewater Logistics Hub, if I choose that, what should happen is I should see, okay, so it's on the Monday the 20th, so there's no conflict. He can do that job because he's available. If I change the end date and I say he's working from Monday the 20th through to Friday the 24th of October, you'll see that it's now telling me that I've got four conflicts. And the reason it's showing me that is because John Doe is already booked onto different jobs between the Tuesday and the Friday. So he's on the Forge Business Centre Tuesday to Thursday, and then he's on the I think it's Fenchurch Street. He's on a different project on the Friday that you can see the green thing just behind there. So if I still want to book him onto this job because those other ones aren't going ahead or they were quotes or something like that, I'll add a label driver. I'll keep the start time as 8 a.m. I'll put 8 a.m. And then if I click assign, it's going to bring in a more detailed view and it's going to tell me, right, John Doe is already assigned to these jobs across those dates. So it's going to break down those four conflicts for me so that I've got an idea of what I'm going to be booking over. So I can review all of those other jobs that John Doe is booked onto, including the dates where there's a conflict. Once I've looked at that, I can say I've reviewed all of these conflicts. And then the app is going to give me the option that either I can carry on the booking and I can overwrite all of those. So if John's definitely on this new job and all of those other ones aren't going ahead, I can overwrite it. I can also avoid the conflicts. So if I want to book him onto the job, but not overwrite the other ones, and I can book him on, in this case, it would just be for the Monday, and then when it would leave the Tuesday to Friday as is, because those are the dates with conflicts on it. So this just makes it much, much better at booking jobs into the system without worrying that you're going to break anything that you've already put in or overwrite any jobs that are already there. If I go back to close this pop-up, this same thing also happens if I'm adding additional resources to an assignment. So in this case, I'm booking John Doe. If I want to add an additional resource, so I click this button here, I can choose whether I want to add another labor resource or an asset. So I'll go with labor at the moment because it makes it a bit easier. This is how I can add. So if John's the slinger and this is, say it's a contract lift, I want to add as a, John's the driver, sorry. This is a contract lift. I want to add a slinger now as well. I would click on that, add labor. I'm going to choose the labor resource that I want for this. So I'll choose somebody that I know is already booked onto a job. So I can see that Bob Jones is already booked onto a job Monday the 20th and Tuesday the 21st. I choose Bob Jones. You can see that same thing again. It's come up with two conflicts. So I know that I'm about to potentially book over something. If I click assign, then again, I can see, okay, there's all John Doe's conflicts. And then now Bob Jones as well. He's on Cotswolds Heights Luxury Homes, which we can see in the back there. And then same thing again, I've reviewed all of these and I can choose if I want to overwrite the conflicts or if I want to avoid them.